This is your sign to go all in. There's a reason you clicked on this video. You're looking for that sign that's going to allow you to go all in. You already have that thing in mind that you want to go all into. Otherwise, you wouldn't have even clicked on this video. Now is the time to start prioritizing you and getting everything you want. It's you against you at the end of the day. Can you get out of your own way long enough to create the life that you will love? Can you get out of your own way long enough so you can push aside your limiting beliefs, your self-doubts, and your fear of what other people think about you? Can you get out of your way long enough so you can start creating the life of your dreams? It's by taking daily actionable steps that gets you out of the fear and into the life that you desire. It's taking those daily steps despite all the negative self-talk and still going after what you want. The only thing we can control in our life is ourselves, what we think about and what we do. So it's time to start doing and thinking better for yourself to be able to create that life that you want. Stop giving excuses on why you can't start today. You have to start somewhere, and you're not going to get to where you want to go if you don't just start taking daily actionable steps towards what you want. If you don't start today, for one, you're not going to get closer to your dreams. And for two, you're not going to get better at your craft. The only way you're going to get better is by doing these steps to get there. It's time to follow your joy and start doing the things that make you feel alive. Please do not wait for the inspiration. The fact that you already have this desire in mind is a sign that you should go towards it. You don't get these desires by accident. Everyone is given these beautiful desires in life so they can achieve it, so they can go after it. You were not given this desire by mistake. It's because you are able to fulfill it. You are the creator of your life, and you would not have been given this dream or this desire if it wasn't meant for you. Because if it wasn't meant for you, you wouldn't be desiring it. Stop telling yourself stories that don't match the person that you want to be. Get out of your way and start daily habits that will begin to contribute to the life that you dream of. And stop contributing to habits that are going to deteriorate your future dreams. Albert Einstein once said, "Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results." Okay, this guy was a genius of his time. I think he knows what he's talking about. And don't you agree? How can you expect your life to change if you're still doing yesterday's old habits, yesterday's mistakes, if you're still focused on the past and still creating from that lack mindset? How do you expect yourself to get into the new? How do you expect your dream life to present itself to you when you are still doing the same old habits that haven't gotten you to where you want to be and haven't been successful for you to this point? No, it's about changing your habits, changing your mentality, changing the way you view yourself and the life around you. That's what's going to help you skyrocket into the dream life that you want. Excuses get you nowhere. This is your sign. This is your sign that you needed to hear to start today. This is your sign to just start the thing that you've been wanting to start. And only you know what that thing is. And if there is a thing that comes to mind, which I'm sure there is because you clicked on this video for a reason, go after that thing. Just start. No matter how big, no matter how small the action you take, you start today. You start today because that's what you do. Because insanity would be to watch this video and not do anything. The right thing to do would be to take action knowing that this is your sign and now is the time to do it. Listen to that inner voice that knows what's best for you. Even if it's so small, we all have that inner voice that's leading us down the right path. And stop listening to that loud inner critic because they're loud and obnoxious and who cares what they have to say. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition's always going to make you feel good and it's always going to feel right for you. The inner critic's going to make you feel bad and feel like you can't do anything. Start listening to the voice that believes in you because I know it's in you. We all have it within us, that little tiny voice. Start listening to that one and block out the noise of the inner critic. The inner critic has kept you paralyzed up to this point. It's time to start believing in yourself that you can do what you want. It's not the thoughts that are stopping you, but your reaction to the thoughts. If you have a thought that says, I can't achieve that, great, let it go by. But if you see that thought and you hold on to it and you think, you're right, I can achieve that, that's reacting to that thought. Instead, I want you to see that thought and just watch it go by like an airplane. Don't hold on to those thoughts because it's not true. Whatever's true for you is going to feel great. And deep down, you know that if you put in the actionable steps and the little by little work, then all at once it's going to happen for you. Your dream life will begin to unravel and you'll start having synchronicities and opportunities that open up because you started today. You didn't wait till tomorrow. You started to believe in yourself and in your dream, and you started to open up. The universe is not going to give you what you want if you're sitting on the couch all day and dreaming of your life without taking actionable steps. You have to go out there and live. That is what life was made for. There's never going to be a perfect time, so might as well just start right now. Just start. There's no way to get what you want until you actually start putting yourself out there. And the beautiful thing about this is when you start saying yes to yourself, you start to get to know yourself better. You start understanding what you do like, what you don't want. And it becomes this beautiful journey of life, enjoying the journey to your way to that thing that you want, rather than just wishing away days and wishing you were already there. Rather, you'll begin to get to know yourself on a whole nother level. And that's insanely exciting. You can have the vision in mind, you can journal about it, you can talk about it, but it won't be until you put those desires into action that you will be able to begin to see those results. It's time to start saying yes to everything that's going to get you to where you want to be and saying no to everything that's not going to contribute to that. Because you don't have time for that. You only have time for things that are going to contribute to your growth, contribute to your dreams, contribute to your vision. Everything else is just noise in the time being. This is the best thing you can do for yourself and those around you, because when others start seeing that you're carving out the path of your dreams and you're going after what you want and you're being serious about it, that will inspire so many other people, because so many of us are so scared to go after that thing that we really want that when we see someone else do it, we're like, wow, they actually got through, they did it. And it's inspiring. But sometimes we see that and we just go back to our mediocre lives because we think, well, they did it, but I'm not special. I can't do that. They're special, so they could. But if they start to see, their common friends start doing it, it's kind of like, hey, wait, maybe I can too. So it's like, stop waiting for that okay, because this is your okay to start. You have to be the visionary within your community. If you start going towards the things that you want, you will surely inspire others. And you may not know it just yet, but little by little, people will start coming up to you and being like, wow, that's really cool. You're putting yourself out there. Or, wow, the way you said this really inspired me. Just being yourself inspires others to do the same. It's time to fully commit. And it's not going to be easy all the time. But anything in life that's worthwhile is never going to be a quick and easy fix. It's the things that we work for and we pursue that once we get that thing, it feels so good and it's going to last you a lot longer than that quick fix. I guarantee you that. There will be days when you feel unmotivated and stuck and fearful, and that's okay. You're human. We're all going to have these days. It's completely normal. It's about feeling your feelings and then picking yourself back up, getting up after that, not quitting just because you had one bad day. Let yourself have that bad day, but the next day, pick yourself back up and get at it again. Because what's a life worth living if you're not going after something that brings you joy, brings life into you? You are the driver in the driver's seat of your life. Nobody's going to take over that car and start driving for you. You have to be the one to direct yourself towards the dream life that you want. I say this with so much love and so much compassion because I've been there. I've been stuck in so much fear that I was so scared of what people were going to think of me. I was scared of failing. I was scared of doing the wrong thing. But it wasn't until I overcame that and just put myself out there and did the things that I wanted and was bold in my actions that I was rewarded and that I got positive feedback. And out of everything else, I felt more confident in myself because despite my fears of everything else, I overcame it. And when something scares you, do it. because there's typically something that you can get out of it. I feel more proud and confident in who I am because I went towards the things that I want despite all the fears and the what ifs that I was battling with. I ignored it and I said, no, I'm not going to let that get to me this time because I had in the past and that just left me feeling empty. No, I was going to ignore all that noise and go after what inspired me, what made me feel alive. And trust me, my life just got way more vibrant and I was so rewarded because of it. And I'm constantly being rewarded to this day from making decisions that benefit me rather than making decisions out of fear of what people will think of me. When you make decisions that are aligned with you, you will naturally be aligned with people who are like-minded like you and will connect with you on that deeper level that you've always craved for. Everyone knows that person who is so knowledgeable and passionate about a topic, and their energy is just so magnetic because you see the passion in their eyes, the vibrancy they have for life. You want to be around that person because you're just like, this person has such good energy. They're just so in vibe with themselves and what they're passionate about. I mean, watching anybody do what they're passionate about is very attractive. When you see somebody like doing what they love, it's like they have this beautiful aura around them where they just shine, and it's a beautiful thing to see. You may feel like your voice or your point of view won't matter to a bunch of people, or that no one's gonna resonate with you, but there are 7.888 billion people on this planet. I guarantee you someone feels like you do. I guarantee somebody will agree with your point of view. I guarantee your words will move somebody, will inspire them, will validate them. And you have the opportunity of doing that, especially with platforms like everything's online these days. But just by being yourself, you're going to come into contact with these people, and it's just going to be a beautiful happening because, like I said, there's 7.888 billion people in this world. There's no way that you're the only one thinking how you think. There is somebody out there waiting for someone like you to speak up, waiting for someone like you to speak their mind, waiting for someone like you to just be real and authentic like yourself, so they have the permission to do the same. Everyone who's had success in their life started by putting themselves out there. And yes, when you put yourself out there, people will always have an opinion. People love to talk, even if they don't even care that much. People just love to talk. You may even receive criticism. But honestly, that should just be more motivation to keep going. If people are talking about you, it's because you struck a chord in them. You struck something that they weren't ready to see yet, or maybe they are feeling envious because you have started to shine your light and they haven't figured out how to do it yet. But by doing this at the same time, while you may receive criticism, you're going to receive great feedback. You're going to receive feedback from people who agree with you and who love your message and who are inspired by you. There's always two ends to the spectrum. Don't let the criticism get to you, because it's the good things that come out of it that will make it so much more worth it. And if you're ever worried about anything, whether it's what people think, about failing, about messing up, just remember the 5x5 rule, okay? The 5x5 rule is if it won't matter in 5 years, okay? Don't spend more than 5 minutes thinking about it. I'm going to say that again. If it won't matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes stressing about it. And I guarantee you, instantly, things will just not seem like a big deal, because who cares about little mistakes you made? Do you care about that thing you said 5 years ago? Do you care about that little mistake you made 5 years ago? No, like when you think about it on the top of your head, you're like, what even happened 5 years ago? It's so minuscule in the scheme of the whole big picture of life. Are you going to let little worries stop you from really creating the life you want? No, at least I don't think you should, because I think you have way more capabilities than that. And I think you deserve to shine your light. And I don't think you deserve to dim it because you're worried about things that won't even matter in 5 years. You can't fail when you're pursuing what you want. It's when you stop that you fail. But if you keep going, even if you make mistakes along the way, even if there's challenges, even if you take a break and then come back to it, you will not fail because you will be consistently showing up, giving energy to that, and it's just going to keep growing and evolving. It's in consistency that we see true growth. Most people are fine and comfortable with living a mediocre life. So when you start to step out of this traditional path, you are going to be questioned and you are going to be looked at a little bit different. But take it this way. Look at it as they are curious about you because you are taking the path they're too scared to take or they never even thought of. It's nothing personal at the end of the day. But wouldn't you rather be the trailblazer in your community rather than the person who just settled for the mediocre life too? You didn't come here to be mediocre. You have a vision in mind that was greater than that is gonna be greater than that is greater than that. You will not feel a sense of fulfillment until you go after it. I promise you that. It's time to go inward and focus. It's challenging to do that. It's challenging to say no to old habits. It's challenging to change into new, better habits. It's challenging to say no to plans that you want to do, but know that you need to work on your goals and yourself. But the outcome of doing this is so much greater than if you said yes to everything, because you can only extend yourself so far. So if you start being more selective with the things you say yes to and no to, like, is this going to contribute to my dream life? No, then goodbye. If yes, then hello. Make room for the things that are contribute to your life by saying yes to everything that's going to contribute to your dreams and no to the ones that aren't. And you'll make more room if you do say no and if you are selective with your yeses and your nos. When things are too comfortable and too simple, it may be because you're not pushing yourself enough. It may mean you're not reaching your full potential. You won't get better at anything without a challenge. We don't learn from our successes. We learn from the challenges, and from it we become better and we evolve and we know how to handle ourselves better from those challenges. Consistency triumphs over everything. Great things in life take time. That is completely normal. Martha Stewart didn't become known till the age of 41. Vera Wang created her first dress at 40. Samuel Jackson was 46 years old when he got his big break in Hollywood after overcoming years and years of addiction. And just to conclude it, Oprah Winfrey didn't get her big success until she was age 32. Like, there's really no exact timeline that you have to hit these marks of your goals. Rather, these people, they failed, they triumphed, they failed again, they got back up, and they continued and they succeeded and made massive successes of themselves. And it didn't matter what age they were. What mattered is they didn't give up. Greatness takes time. Anything worthwhile usually doesn't happen overnight. It's you against you. You're your only competition. Life is about becoming better than you were yesterday and improving yourself along the way. Because as humans, we will naturally evolve and get better. And not to say that you shouldn't be happy with yourself now, but it's in making those constant little improvements that you build self-esteem, you build self-love, and you build that sense of worth within yourself because you know that you're working towards something that you want, something that brings you joy, something that brings you life. You will not find what's meant for you if you don't give something your all and find yourself along the way. It's in these journeys of letting life unravel, of going towards what feels good, of making decisions that align with you, that you really learn who you are. Think of this as an act of self-love. Someone who loves themselves would allow themselves to go after their bliss instead of ignore it and stuff it down. Just by putting yourself out there, you're already doing better than most people who are too paralyzed by their self-doubts and worries of others to even go after what they want. So when you begin to do it, as challenging as it may be the first couple of times, give yourself a pat on the back because not everyone can do it. It's the road less traveled on for a reason. What happens next is your choice. What you do after this video is up to you. Will you continue to let your doubts, fears, and fear of what people will think of you stop you from creating the life you dream of? Or will you be bold and brave and love yourself enough to start going after the things you want as soon as this video is over? No matter how small or how big it may be, just start. Just start today. Just start as soon as this video ends. Do something for yourself that's going to push you into the life that you want. It's time to start believing in yourself. Anything is possible. The only limits you have are the ones you put on yourself. You can do it. I know you can do it, but you have to believe you can do it too. The choice is up to you. You already have everything within you to start today, to start creating the life you dream of today. You are worthy and you are capable of achieving your greatest desires. This is your sign. Go for it.